3 child dungeons, 5 adult dungeons, and 3 mini dungeons. And what do we have to show for it? The fact that you still might end up at Ganon's castle with little to no equipment well, it depends on your settings. So, let's go through every trick in Ganon's castle and round up this dungeon series of every trick in Ocarina of Time Randomizer. Let's make sure we understand some movement quirks in Ocarina of Time. Dry rolling is when you hold target and press A with a neutral joystick. A dry roll will be different if you backflip or side hop before the dry roll. Continuing to hold down target will snap link back to the original angle, but letting go of target during a dry roll is often used for getting into position facing a precise desired direction. Sometimes when you want to start a sidewalk, Link will move forward and arch his movement to the side instead of starting directly to the side. If you need to make sure you're moving exactly to the side, you can side hop and continue holding the side direction. With the groundwork laid out, let's get into the tricks. I can't imagine starting this any other way than with a classic without lens montage. Ganon's Castle Vanilla without Lens of Truth covers all of it, so let's start with the invisible chest in Spirit Trial. This is another chest I didn't know about until after I did about a dozen seeds, so I'm lucky I didn't need it. Light Trial tries to trip you up with invisible enemies, but it's just 3 keys and a Skulltula. If you don't have arrows or bow to take out the Skulltula, you can listen for when it turns around and slash your sword. If you hit the heart side, wait till your hearts beat 4 or 5 times, then slash again. And while we're in Light Trial, don't forget to go through the false wall at the end to save the sage. In the main lobby underneath the bridge to the center tower, you'll find a false wall leading to a fairy fountain and 4 scrubs. Not just important for a health refill, but important if scrub shuffle is on. Now get a load of Shadow Trial without Lens of Truth. You could try to memorize the platforms or use trial and error, but I prefer having a guaranteed movement setup. To get to the switch, walk off this side of the platform. We'll use a sidewalk to walk directly to the right and grab the corner. I used the technique described earlier to make sure Link doesn't move forward when I want him to just move right. Hop left 3 times and you should have a straight path to the switch. After it's pressed, use one nice long roll directly back, then boldly jump back to the bigger platform. Now for the second walkway. Walk off this side of the platform. Get up and dry roll once. Hop left, then right, and hold right to make sure we grab the ledge like this. Climb back up and turn right without moving. Here I use ESS position, but you can flick your stick or use shield turning. Hop right and then dry roll. Untarget during the dry roll. Dry roll once more and use first person to center the freestanding hearts on the screen. Roll forward at full speed for a rolling jump. Collect the third freestanding heart, and then look towards the torch and jump with confidence. Master Quest without Lens of Truth is split into 2 tricks. I'll start with everything but Shadow Trial without Lens. The fake wall leading to the fairy fountain is the same except for one added scrub. The second room of Water Trial has a single invisible keys. Easy enough to deal with. Light Trial still tries to fake you out, but it gets extra clever with a hazy block. Hit the switch hidden in the flame and it goes away. Master Quest Shadow Trial without Lens of Truth will have 2 methods of execution depending on what you have. Either way, you'll want to know Shadow Trial Master Quest Torch with Bow. You can eyeball your alignment, but this simple movement of climbing up and getting a single dry roll makes it a bit easier. It's still a tight angle to hit, so come with plenty of arrows. Remember when I said Shadow Trial without Lens of Truth will have 2 methods? I've looked in the logic to verify that I'm doing this with the bare minimum that the randomizer will expect you to have. One expectation is with bow and hookshot. And since I want chapters for both of these, for your sake, and chapters have to be at least 10 seconds long, please excuse this filler sentence. Now, Shadow Trial Master Quest without Lens Part 1. Hookshot and Bow Method. Walk in, blow up the bomb flower, take out the bubble, light the torch with the bow, and hookshot to the chest. Center yourself roughly with the chest and use the hookshot to aim. Get this edge roughly centered between these two corners of your hookshot and look downwards. The red reticle is signaling that there's something there that would be hit. It moves up and left when the platform is going away and down right when the platform is getting closer. The reticle disappears if you don't have Longshot, but the important part is that you notice the reticle moving down right and jumping to the platform at full speed. After getting up, wait until the platform is motionless. Hop right twice. Let the platform move you into the silver rupee. When it's motionless again, hop right again and dry roll, and you'll hang off the edge. Get up and dry roll once more. Let's use hookshot to aim at the bomb flower while the platform is closest to it. Jump to the bomb flower, grab the rupee, and stand between the bomb flower and the edge like so. Aim below the BMOs so we can figure out the platform cycle once more. Luckily, the reticle still moves down and right when the platform is closer. Now we want to get ready to jump to the next major platform. You'll want to walk slowly forward in case you reach the edge, in which case you'll hang from the edge and be able to climb back up. Other than that, just jump when the invisible moving platform has brought you forward enough. If you can't take out the BMOs, you'll just have to touch it to get the silver rupee that's hiding underneath. If you're worried about getting hit, Deku Nuts and a Sword Slash can stun any BMOs. Use the hazy platform to get to the next part. If you forgot to do Torch with Bow, the hazy platform won't be there. If you take out the BMOs, then the rest of this is very similar to doing Vanilla Shadow Trial without lens, but here's how to get through it if you can't. Backwalk off this part, get back up. If you're having issues using the target button to reset the camera behind Link because of targeting the BMOs, go into first person, look down, hold target, then quickly release the joystick and press A before the BMOs comes back into frame. From the corner, hop left 7 times, or you can just eyeball when you're lined up with a smaller lone platform. Run and grab the silver rupee and give a quick roll back to avoid the BMOs trying to ruin your progress. Like in Manila, just jump back to the second major platform. Now from this corner, you can essentially ignore the BMOs and do the same getting up. Side hop, dry roll with untarget, move forward about the length of 2 dry rolls, aim for the silver rupees, and jump when there's an opening. After the guillotine, look towards the end at the left edge and just jump. Let's do Shadow Trial Master Quest without Lens of Truth with hover boots. After entering, you'll want to immediately use hover boots to run to the chest platform, then immediately try to get onto the invisible moving platform. You'll want to walk slowly in case you reach the edge. You can use the boots to get to the silver rupee next to the bomb flower, shield a few times, then go back to the invisible moving platform. Now you can hover to the next platform, grab the rupee in the BMOs, and use the hover boots to get to the last major platform. The rest can be tackled the same as with bow and hookshot, but the hover boots can get you directly to the last small platform and back from there. To recap the last bit, hang off the edge at this corner, get back up, dry roll, side hop right, dry roll, and untarget. Use the first person to center the silver rupee, and time the jump to get through. After the guillotine, put the boots back on, hold up left for a brief moment, then walk to the end. Or you can use the jump method that we used last time. Believe it or not, that's not my least favorite trick. It's Spirit Trial sealing silver rupee without hookshot. It feels like luck sometimes, but it's all about getting high enough. Yep, once the Armos is in position as shown, you'll need to jump off of it and jump slash at the very top of your jump. The saving grace is that leaving the BMOs alive isn't necessary like I once thought, so if you can, get rid of it. You can keep trying without getting hurt. Still, I hope nobody has to suffer through trying this trick. Light Trial Master Quest has a couple of flame walls you can skip. This eliminates the need for hookshot. It's simple, walk into the room, target, dry roll 5 times, and wait for this boulder to pass by you. Hop right and walk to the end. If there's a consistent way to do this without damage, I haven't found it. If you find one, please tell me, I'd love to know. If you collected the silver rupees in the Fire Temple Master Quest, but your hookshot is lacking in distance, you can still make it to the end. We're hoping to get as close to the edge as possible between these two corners. It's about 2/3 closer to this point, the point Link is looking towards. I use the back and forth motion to wedge myself closer and closer to the edge. Sadly, there's simply no setup that will get you to the perfect position every time. However, if glitches are not against any rules that you're following, you can use a hookshot extension to make this a lot easier. For hookshot extension, pull out hookshot, hold forward on joystick, press A, then quickly press and hold the hookshot button again. You should hear the hookshot sound while the camera is zooming back in. This pushes the spawn position of the hookshot slightly forward to make some targets easier to hit. With this next trick, Child Link may be required to get to the silver rupee near this torch slug. If the large platform goes too low from walking on it, young Link won't be able to reach the ledge. Use jumps through the corners as shown to keep the platform nice and high. If you want to be able to get all the way through and get out without running the timer, you'll need at least 4 hearts. Enabling this trick won't matter unless you also enable fewer tunic requirements. Speak of the Ganon, the rest aren't specific to Ganon's castle but are relevant, which includes fewer tunic requirements. With fewer tunic requirements disabled, you'll only be expected to enter Fire Trial as adult with Goron tunic on. With fewer tunic requirements enabled, you may be expected to check some of it as either adult or child. The two closest silver rupees, the freestanding recovery heart and the torch slug rupee, can all be gained without additional requirements. Just to reiterate, the torch slug rupee will only be required as child if the previous trick is enabled. The rupee in the pillar and this rupee on the right both require golden gauntlets. The rupee on the right will always assume you have Goron tunic, so if silver rupees are not shuffled, you will not be asked to complete the silver rupee puzzle without Goron tunic. To briefly cover Master Quest, the only silver rupee that does not require Goron tunic is this higher silver rupee you get by getting on the rising platform and backflipping while it's elevated. Fun fact, I read the logic line for line to make sure my information is accurate, so I really hope all of this helps demystify what the game will and won't expect you to do. Boulder Freestandings with Boomerang includes one collectible in Water Trial, and if you don't get it quickly, these freezers can mess you up and ruin your progress. So let's use a setup to quickly get in position. Start in this corner, targeting this wall. Hop left, dry roll, backflip, dry roll, hop left, dry roll and untarget. The last bit puts you far enough into the room to spawn the freezers, so take out your boomerang and aim quickly. Just so the item is halfway exposed from the right of Link's head, a little above his ear, which means you will have aimed down just a little bit. Hammer rusted switches through walls comes into play in Spirit Trial Master Quest. You see, there's a rusted switch in between these 4 thrones. You're supposed to shoot an ice switch to release an iron knuckle into the room to open a path to the switch, but instead you could just hammer it through the thrones with a jump slash. Thanks again for coming along on this wild ride of learning every trick in Ocarina of Time Randomizer. Now we have all the dungeons done, but we still have an entire overworld to do. It's not going to be fast, and some of it won't be easy, but I hope you'll continue along with me for the ride. Thanks again, and happy tricking.